My name is Damon in Cooper City, Florida. Welcome to my home. This is my 285-gallon mixed reef aquarium. It's 84 inches long, 28 by 28. It contains a number of fish as well as LPS, SPS, zoanthids, and soft corals. My background, I started fish tanks when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I've always loved them. I had the tetras with the fluorescent green gravel tank, and just progressively moving up and up to freshwater. I started our first saltwater tank when I moved to Florida 15 years ago. I moved to a slightly larger 110-gallon tank, and then started keeping a lot of corals, and they grow and they grow, and then you get a 150-gallon tank, and they grow and they grow. So basically just moving up to the 285 just to fit all my corals. The main reason why I set up a peninsula-style tank is it allows coral viewing from 3 different sides. There are some challenges with peninsula-style tanks. One was flow. I set up 2 pairs of tons pumps on both sides of the rear of the tank. They alternate every 60 seconds, flowing from strong to weak to create an incoming and outgoing current. This way there's no pumps that obstruct your view. Rockwork on a peninsula tank can be a little tricky, being the fact that you can't lean rocks against the glass or have it close to the glass on any side. I used acrylic rods to hold rocks together so that they would not tumble and smash into the grass. I've always kept a mixed reef tank, being the fact that I just don't want a particular type of coral. I like having a large variety. My favorites are probably the LPS, chalices, acans, welsos, that type of coral, but I also like the shape of the SPS branching corals and colorful zoanthids. So basically when I go looking for a coral, I just pick whatever catches my eye and try to put it somewhere where it will be happy in the tank. I like to keep my tank fairly lightly stocked with fish, just because it's lower maintenance and don't have to deal as much with fish squabbling with each other. My favorite fish are tangs. Particularly, I love my purple tang, as well as the others, and I have 4 that they all get along, so I feel like I'm fortunate in that. And then I also really like some of the smaller fish, the wrasses and anthias. And again, there can be some challenges with them getting along, but I use a acclimation tub actually in the tank so that the fish can see each other before they're introduced and get used to one another. This particular tank has been set up for 5 years. However, 3 years ago I had to move it, which was a great challenge. It's half-inch thick glass, Euro brace top and bottom, an inch thick on the bottom. I don't know how much that weighs, but it took about 5-6 guys to lift it. There's also, of course, a struggle with this many corals moving it. Unfortunately, it was only several miles. So the tank recovered after a couple years, and I started getting more into acros, and they grew and fill out. Usually when I get corals, I like to have frags. I do a lot of trading, just buying small pieces and watching them grow. I find that very rewarding. I have some corals that started out the size of a thumbnail and now are probably 12 inches across. So I find it a very rewarding hobby, and the fact that you can take something very small and turn it into an impressive coral colony. I also like the fact that it has less of a biological impact. I try not to get corals that I feel have been, not cultured or, that haven't been grown in aquaculture situations. I feel like it's a little less impactful on the environment. As far as water chemistry, I'm not the most technical and on top of it as I probably should be, but I do find that my alkalinity needs to be checked regularly. Try to keep it around 3.5 MEQL. I find when that parameter is correct, generally my calcium is where I want it to be, as well as my magnesium, which I keep around 1400. I find I don't really have to dose very much magnesium. However, I do go through probably about a gallon every 2 weeks of both alkalinity and calcium 2-part supplement. I run primarily T5s. I have 2 ATI fixtures, a 2-foot and a 4-foot 8-bulb. I've always liked T5s for their color. I find that it also, not only does it look appealing, but the corals seem to like it, and getting a nice range of different spectrums. Tank's fairly low tech. I have, since before I even had the tank, a Reefkeeper light controller. Running auto top off, running the dosing pumps for alkalinity and calcium, running 4 power cords for the lights, the 2 for whites, 2 for blues, and then also running the LED lights on the timer, and then also running the auto top off.
Okay. The skimmer is a Reef Octopus 5000 cone-shaped skimmer. I found that once it's properly adjusted, it works incredibly well. Pulls out a lot of nasty looking stuff. Again, my name is Damon. I appreciate y'all coming to my home and looking at my 285-gallon saltwater mixed reef aquarium.